Welcome back to Inside the Playbook. So today we're going to cover a really fun tool called the Paycheck Annualizer. So this essentially removes Excel, you having to go in and calculate one pay stub and annualize it for the rest of the year and count how many periods are available. You can now just throw it in this tool and it'll give you those numbers for you and allow you to model out things that you probably weren't doing before. Thanks to one of our members, we actually expanded to add supplemental income and supplemental withholding for federal and state. So now this is really a powerhouse to be able to do a total pay stub projection for any of your clients. This is an open site tool, so anybody can use it. It's under free resources under tools. That's for the open side. And then advisor resources, we can also access it from the advisor tools side. You just scroll down to the open planning tools section and look for the Paycheck Annualizer. That said, let's run through how this tool works and how quickly you can generate this projection. So we're looking at a pay stub and we're just grabbing the data for the pay cycle, which is biweekly, the state, California, paycheck date is today's date, and the current paycheck earnings, we're putting 5,000, year-to-date earnings, 150,000, expected supplemental income. This is the amount they expect for the rest of the year. This is not going to include what was already done in the pay stub because that's going to be in these inputs and prompts. This now gives us the ability to say, well, they're also going to get 50,000 of bonuses per our conversation. Please model that out in the system. And the pre-tax deductions, 401k separated out, so you can put the current year to date. Other pre-tax deductions, you can just put these in here, current and year to date as well. So we already added these amounts, and the withholding, so just adding that from the pay stub itself. The really unique thing about this tool is it gives you the ability to do a second job. So if someone has two jobs and you need to model them out together, instead of having to run this twice, you can just run them and they'll give you a side-by-side comparison. But for now, we'll leave this as no, and we're going to hit calculate. Once you hit that calculate button, it'll drop you down here and show you how many remaining periods that are left, what it calculated in the system. It's going to show you the gross earnings of what you expected, the supplemental withholding as we manually put that in, your pre-tax deductions, and it will cap at the total employee amount for 401k. And pre-tax deductions will continue on, but it'll show you the net taxable wages. It'll show you withholding, your federal from the paychecks, and your federal supplemental estimation, which is a 22% based on that $50,000 bonus. And the same thing for state. You have your paychecks and then the supplemental withholding rate for the state. So it gives you a total workup of what the expected amount is. So that when you're running a projection, you can actually feel confident about what you're putting in and know that the withholding will be pretty close, if not spot on. If you need to check some of the inputs, we left these different sections of current paycheck, year to date, projected values. You want to see what it projected for you on your behalf. And now you have this data here, and you go and run your projection, and you can give your client an accurate tax projection and not have to spend too much energy and time. Let the system do its job. Stay tuned for next week. We'll drop a new tool or resource to keep expanding your advisory services.